Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Donna, a classical singer and vocal coach. I know it's been a long time since I've posted my last video, but I had a lot of things going on. And but I already had this idea to post this video. Today's video is about consonants and pronunciation in singing, but I just didn't have the opportunity to do it. I moved back to Germany. I'm happy to be here, so this is my first video here in my new working space. So let's just start it. This is a topic that's very complex, but it really helped me, and for a long time I didn't realize it, and as I got, as someone told me to, hey, you have something there to develop and you have some mistakes there and maybe consonants are holding you back. I didn't even realize at first what was about it. What does it mean? Yeah, so I'm already saying it. I will say it again. Record yourself when you're practicing the text or practicing now these things I'm going to say, because I'm sure you won't notice first how lazy one can pronounce consonants. So some basic stuff I would like to say at first to start. Consonants can really help us put the voice in position. For example, if you start with start a piece and the first word starts with a consonant, it can be very helpful. For example, z or n. For example, these consonants that are also resonating. But, for example, if you're singing very high, they can also, and not even in the height, they can really be in the way. And the second thing is that there is a way to pronounce them. Actually, you're using more the strength of the tip of the tongue. So the tongue is, I think it's much more effective, and you can stay open here. You don't need your jaw. That's also a very big myth, that we automatically think at lighter vocals, for example, E, A, that we have to do this. But there is an organ here that does the differences between vocals. So you don't need this. No. You only need your tongue, and here you just have to be open. So that if you learn that, how to really concentrate the consonants and really use the power of your tongue, then the consonants can come shorter, so they're not in the way of the vocals. You can stay in the flow of the melody. You can just be concentrating on the quality of the sound you're producing. And now the third thing comes. I like to say it's like in yoga, or maybe also ballet. In yoga, because, for example, I don't know now which kind of yoga is that, but the kind of yoga where you do something that's quite tiring, or not that easy, for example, a position or an exercise for the abdominal muscles. But you still have to stay calm. You don't do like this with your face and deep breathly. So you do the exercise, and then the yoga teacher says, now relax. And after you did that, it's so much easier to relax. Or ballet, that you have this very beautiful position, posture that keeps you up and light. And so in ballet, you really engage your core, the center, more. I'm not a ballerina. I'm just saying that, you know, that you really, or like in running, maybe the same thing what I'm going to say with ballet and running, that if you make space, you can engage the muscles that you really need more. Or to finish the circle, about muscle power and relaxation, maybe the best example, a picture. We have a ball. The ball is full of air. You can push the ball together, but if you let it go, the ball will be immediately full with air. It has the same amount of air, but it makes space. So let's try to do some consonants like that with this picture, and really try to engage more the tip of the tongue. And here everything is loosened. You can pick one form, a or o, or just be completely relaxed here in the jaw and in the lips. Lips we sometimes need, yeah, but not that much. So not that, not like that. So let's do some consonants, for example. And you're really welcome to feel this in your core. So really do much more than you think you would do, or you think it's already too much. No, do more. So, for example, s, sh, t. You see, t is the best for this example, what I just said with the ball, or what have we? It's really strong, but short. So after that, you're automatically open. For example, in Queen of the Night area, you have Tod und Verzweiflung. So if you do that T at the end of Tod, you don't need that much air. Of course, it's a smaller phrase, so you don't have to breathe that much between, but you have to help yourself. You're creating space for the next one. So we had these without resonance, I think all, and there are these with resonance. Z. You can also do it like this. So normally our tongue is is lazier. You can do z or sh, s with a flatter tongue, I would say. I don't know if I can make the example. I don't even want to do the bad example. So let's just do z, b, g, m, n, l, d, v. And really try to make a lot. Overdo it, yeah. I was searching for the word. So I said my principles, and I have two examples for today. I mean, text. I have an Italian and I have a German. Italian is from Verdi's La forza del destino, pace mio Dio. It's just a short text, but I would really wanted to show you, maybe you understand more what I mean. So I just read the text. Misero pane a prolungarmi vieni la sconsolata vita, ma chi giunge, chi profanare ardisce il sacro loco. Okay. So, yeah, let's just start. What I suggest you to do, or what I always do with my students, and what I always do when I'm looking at the text, or I did when I was realizing what is this about consonants, do the vocals long and like 1 second longer than you would. So you have that urge feeling that, oh, it's almost too long, so the consonant has to come very quick. But then it has to be effective and concentrated and powerful. So I show you. And you just do it on one note. Misero pane a prolungarmi vieni la sconsolata vita, ma chi giunge, chi profanare ardisce sacro loco. So I know it's always hard to think paradoxically, in a paradox way, that I say be open and relaxed here. And often, if you say that or you imagine that, you lose too much good tension, and you lose the light because you also let go inside, and it's not the case. So you take your time. So just stay open and really let the tongue do the work. So the jaw was working maybe until now very much, and he can go to sleep, but your tongue not, and your rib cage not, and your breathing. Okay, so it's not this kind of what you sometimes do in the hide that pronounce the text like you were drunk. It's not that. It's really concentrated consonants. So I just pick out some consonants. For example, what would be very common to say misero, z, with a flat tongue? Misero, misero, z, z. Pane. You see, I engage these lips, and then I engage them that much that it's much easier to open then. Prolungarmi. Vieni, vieni. La sconsolata vita. La sconsolata vita. You see, I'm hardly doing anything. Chi profanare ardisce il sacro loco. Or for example, if you have hard times rolling the air, relax a bit, or don't want to do it that much, is always a very good advice. If you try too hard, it's not always good, you know. And very important, there are some consonants you can do with the jaw open, and really it's just the tongue. For example, N, L, and what do we have more? I think that's it. Sometimes T and D too. For example, in Pamina, you have Nimmer kommt ihr Wonnestunden. You saw? I prepared the sound and I didn't ruin it by completely closing for N. So you can do N or L. We have this exercise, Leo, Leo. Just breathe an O in. Leo, 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 Leo. You saw I did E, O, and L, and you only saw O. And I will explain that more or I will say something about it in our next, what's the name? Example. So, let's do it again. Misero pane a prolungarmi vieni la sconsolata vita. You see, so I'm overdoing the consonants, but here I'm trying to stay calm, like a ballerina. She's really engaging muscles to have this, to achieve this elegant, light look. So you think it's easy. Chi profanare ardisce sacro loco. So really practice like this. And I think this exercise or practicing like this helps you understand what I'm trying to explain here. And always, if you learn a new piece, learn it only on one vocal, the melody. So your ear get used to the sound. So if you achieve this, that only your tongue is working and here you're free and open, you can just concentrate on the sound, on the quality, on the position of the voice. So let's go to our next, or the second example. It's Ode to Joy from Beethoven. I actually want to do a video how to survive the Ninth Symphony from Beethoven. I sang it several times with a professional corps. Yeah, and it's not like a child song. And if you engage the muscles in the right way, I would say if you really use just the tongue and the jaw as less as you can, and just be open, then you can get till the end and you survive. So I just have this small part. Freude schöner Götterfunken, Tochter aus Elysium, wir betreten feuertrunken, himmlische dein Heiligtum. So let's just try it like before. Freude schöner Götterfunken, Tochter aus Elysium, wir betreten feuertrunken, himmlische dein Heiligtum. Sorry, I had to swallow. So, for example, here you, or probably a lot of people tend to bring the consonant earlier. For example, it's just not, no, it can also come with other consonants. Now it's just I never get this word. Example, I always want to say it in German. Speaking full-time on 3 languages is not always easy. So, we have this word Götterfunken. And a lot of us, or a lot of singers, do without realizing. For example, we have, let's just sing it in one note. Götterfunken. And hear what I'm doing. Götterfunken. A lot of us tend to already produce the next consonant and stop the vocal. So really try to also pay attention to that every vocal is long and every consonant is short. If it has resonance, it resonates shortly, or you bring the resonance to the vocal and the consonant is very short and fast away. Or, for example, in himmlische, M is very good to relax. For example, this to prepare is not that easy, but you can also then immediately use that M. Or the T's, Tochter, the and the T. I know for a lot of you German sounds like horrible for singing. For me personally, I love the language and I love singing in German. I don't know why, it helps me a lot. So, for example, you have also Pamina. Ach, ich fühl's. Has power. It's loud. It doesn't sound nice, but it comes really in the last moment. Or T. What I said with the ball. For example, in The Queen of the Night, to stay by Mozart, you have Tod und Verzweiflung. So Tod. You saw? I created space for the next phrase. So really use those end consonants too, like with the ba, t, t, m. And you immediately create a space with and you don't need to inhale that much. So I do it again and search for another tips in it. Freude schöner Götterfunken, Tochter aus Elysium. Yeah, there, aus. When you have more vocals, for example in Italian, next to each other. Don't do, for example, here, aus, aus, no, aus. Just holding one open form, that's it. but then s, no lazy s. Wir betreten Feuer, trunken himmlische dein Heiligtum. And with that, it's much easier to sing this, for example, in the symphony. I don't know what's the original height, but let's just try it a little bit higher. Freude, schöne Götterfunken, Tochter aus Elysium. You see? I'm really trying to keep it as long, open and relaxed as I can. Or, for example, seid umschlungen. You don't need that much. Seid is, okay, z, you think you have to do it this, but try to really prepare in your head the sound of that ah, and just come powerfully with that z, so it's very fast done. There is this very piano part, über Sternenzelt. Also just being open. Über Sternenzelt muss ein. I don't know the text. Ein So really just go through and try to pick out everything where you maybe do this, and really record yourself, maybe also with a video. And what I wanted to say before that, I will explain it in Ode to Joy. I hope I did, I don't remember anymore. But I really hope I could help a little, or you're smart enough to digest it. I'll try to get this topic in my next video, so I always remember you. And until then, I wish you a beautiful day and have fun with consonants.